una nueva oportunidad. El próximo miércoles 21 de febrero en Áncora, Madrid, calle Trafalgar 6. Venta de entradas exclusivas online. Adquiere tu entrada en grupoaugan.com/seminario. Aquí comienza Inglés Online TVE.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. It's Inglés Online TVE. Inglés Online TVE is the name of the show, and it's also the name of our YouTube channel. And you can join in on the fun. Why not, hey? Why not connect and enjoy the fun today with us? As I connect myself to the channel, we're going to be, we're here. We're live. Inglés Online TVE. I'm having problems, Tino, connecting. I'm having problems connecting, but anyway, you can join me, and if I manage to connect, then you can join me in the chat, in el chat. We'll see. Here we go. I'm in. It looks like I'm getting in here. So you can join me. Yes, here we are. You can join me in the chat, and you can say hello. We have a few people connecting already. Say hello. Send me a message. Inglés Online TVE. And today I will follow the contents of class number 20. Número 20, yeah. We've done 20 of these shows. Have you been with us the whole time in the YouTube world? I hope so. We have lots of friends out there participating, listening live on Vaughn Radio, live on YouTube, and so many great ways to listen and enjoy and work on our English. Let's get started with today's beginner content.
Nivel básico.
Nivel básico, everybody. It's the nivel básico, the beginner level, but always essential. So even if you have a high level and you say, pero eso es muy fácil para mí, demasiado fácil. Bueno, I don't think it is. I firmly believe in the importance of mastering the basics. Hay que llegar a dominar lo básico, lo esencial, the basics, the essential parts of the language. Okay? So, let's begin. Our sentence today, la frase de hoy, okay, is as follows. I'm opposite them. Ya está. Qué corto, ¿no? I'm opposite them. Estoy como enfrente de ellos. I'm opposite them. So, to be opposite, we can also say across from. My natural way to say this would be across from. Like I could say, hey, where do you live? I live across from the bar. You know the bar when you get into town, el bar de Paco, I live right across from it. I live across from Paco's. I live opposite Paco's. Now, if you go too far down, there's another bar. When you get into town, you drive a little bit further, there's another bar, and Maria lives opposite that bar. But if you get to Paco's bar, there's a big, tall building across from it. There's a big, tall building opposite Paco's bar. That's where I live. Opposite. On the other side of the road, we can say as well. Estoy enfrente de ellos. I'm opposite them. Now, if we're talking about streets, of course, on the other side of the road, but I could say I'm opposite the computer. I'm opposite the room. There's a room here with people drinking coffee and taking a break and listening to the radio and waiting for their classes. And I'm opposite that room. There's the room, and then I'm sort of on the other side. I'm opposite that room. Estoy como enfrente de la sala, esa sala ahí. I'm opposite them. I'm opposite them. So here we have I'm. Cuidado, aquí no se dice ein. Ein? No, I'm. And again, them. I'm opposite them. So really we should practice the letter M, because the interesting thing is curioso. It's interesting. There are very few, maybe no, words in Spanish, in real Castellano, that end in M. Now people are saying at home, oh, but you're wrong. You're wrong, Kyle. Memorandum. Okay. For example, those words that come from that Latin origin, right? But normally there are very few words in sort of Castellano, modern Spanish, ending with the letter M. And I think this is why people tend to put an N there. They'll say like, David Beckham was a very good player. And no, I'll say David Beckham. Beckham. Closing the lips with the letter M. David Beckham. Well, now it's time to practice the M. The key to the M is to close the lips. Hay que cerrar la boca. You have to close your lips. Los labios. M, the M. I'm a man. Soy un hombre. I'm a man. I'm a man.
Kyle es un animal esbelto.
Well, I'm a man. I'm an animal. Soy un animal esbelto. I'm a slim animal. Soy un animal esbelto. I'm a slim animal. I'm a slim animal. Okay, So practice with me. I'm a man. Now, man, my lips don't close. Man. I'm an animal. I'm a slim animal. Soy un animal esbelto. How about this one? Here's another one for you. En casa, en voz alta, ¿cómo se dice? Algunas de las sumas son del examen. Some of the sums are from the exam. Algunas de las sumas son del examen. Some of the sums, some of the sums are from the exam. Okay. Jim, nuestro amigo Jim, Jim va a recogerles de la tienda de jamón y queso. Jim is going to pick them up from the ham and cheese shop. Jim is going to pick them up from the ham and cheese shop. Okay. Voy a convertirme en una almeja dentro de un momento. Tino, ¿qué te parece? Voy a convertirme. Bueno, no sé. I don't know. Am I? It's absurd. I know. Es absurdo, claro. Am I going to become a clam in a moment? Am I going to become a clam in a moment? Am I going to become a clam in a moment? Jim, tartareará, ¿no? ¿Cómo? Tarareará. Ok, eso. El himno en algunos de los gimnasios. Jim will hum. We say in English to hum. There we go. Jim will hum the hymn in some of the gyms. El himno. Jim will hum the hymn in some of the gyms. En algunos de los gimnasios. Jim will hum the hymn. Yeah. Bum, 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 bum. To hum the hymn. Jim will hum the hymn in some of the gyms. Now remember, un himno in English, it can be a hymn, but a hymn is typically religious. A hymn is typically the song in church. Whereas an anthem, an anthem is the song that you sing like the national anthem. Himno nacional would be a national anthem, not a national hymn. 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 But Jim will hum the hymn in some of the gyms. Oof. Estoy en la memoria de mi madre. I'm in my mother's memory. I'm not an ein. No, I'm in my mother's memory. I'm in my mother's memory. So you're closing, right? You're closing the lips with the letter M. Okay? I'm in my mother's memory. I'm a slim animal. Jim will hum the hymn in some of the gyms. System. Von Systems. Not System. No, Systems. Ham. El jamón. A mí me gusta mucho el jamón. I love ham. Ham. Closing the lips with the letter M. Okay. So the sentence, I'm opposite them. I'm opposite them. I'm opposite them. Estoy enfrente de ellos. Okay. All right, let's go ahead now with today's intermediate content.
Nivel intermedio.
Nivel intermedio. Yes, intermediate, everybody. And today's sentence, I'm too excited to go to bed now. Es que estoy tan emocionado. I'm too excited to go to bed now. Tomorrow's going to be so much fun. I'm too excited. Demasiado. Emocionado. We say excited. I'm too excited to. Too excited to. Too excited to go to bed. I can't sleep now. There's going to be a party tomorrow. I'm too excited to go to bed. I'm too excited to go to bed now. Right? Tomorrow's going to be so much fun. Tomorrow's going to be so much fun. I'm too, demasiado. Estoy demasiado. I'm too tired. I want to go to the gym this afternoon. I'm too tired to go to the gym now. I'm too tired to go to the gym now. I'm too excited to even talk. Yeah. I'm too hungry. I'm too hungry to go downtown. I need to eat first. I'm too hungry. Estoy demasiado. I'm, again with the M, not ein, no, but I'm. Now, I'm too tired to go there now. I'm too excited. So the example, I'm too excited to go to bed. Y cuidado, be careful. In English no se dice to go to the bed. No, to go to bed. Last night I went to bed at 12 o'clock. I should go to bed earlier. Tonight I'm going to go to bed at 11 o'clock. I'm going to go to bed at 11 o'clock. We never say to go to the bed. No, go to bed. You say la cama. In Spanish you say ir a la cama, no, to go to the bed. But in English we say go to bed. So I'm too excited to go to bed now. Tomorrow is going to be, mañana va a ser, pues, demasiado divertido. Too much fun. So much fun. But too much is really used to indicate it's excessive. It's so much. Oh, tomorrow's going to be so much fun. It's going to be too much fun. Right? Yeah, it's going to be too much fun. So I'm too excited to go to bed now. Tomorrow's going to be too much fun. Too much. I'm too excited to go to bed now. Tomorrow's going to be too much fun. It's going to be a blast. Es que lo vamos a pasar pipa, Tino. It's going to be a blast. We're going to have a blast. We're going to have a great time. It's going to be a blast. We're going to have a lot of fun. It's going to be loads of fun. It's going to be a blast. It's going to be so much fun. Oh, it's going to be so much fun. Tan divertido. Okay. So notice we could say so much fun. It's going to be, remember, so and such. It's going to be such a fun day that we will love it. The day is going to be so much fun that we'll love it. It's going to be so much fun. Now, normally we would continue this with so much fun that que no sé qué. But here, yeah, I'm too excited to go to bed now. Es que no puedo ir a la cama ahora. I'm too excited to go to bed now. Tomorrow's going to be so much fun. Okay. All right, let's see what people are saying. We have a lot of people connecting on YouTube in our chat. Join the fun in the chat here. The channel you can watch live on YouTube. The channel is Inglés Online TVE. Inglés Online TVE is the channel. Maria Pilar writes in and says, hello, Kyle. Nice to see you. Oh, thank you. Nice to see you too, Maria. Thank you. Belen says, good evening, Kyle. Thank you. And she says, she's talking about the M. She says, ay, las dichosas M me costó, pero ya lo domino. Muy bien. She said, hey, it was tough, but now I've mastered it. Good. Good. Hopefully you've mastered it. I'm a man. I'm an animal. Whatever, right? Closing the lips. Okay? And then we have our friend Dudon, who writes in and says, hello, Kyle. I like the part with the translation. Well, thank you. I'm glad you enjoy it. Thank you very much. Francisco says, hi, Kyle. A real tongue twister is what he meant to say. Trabalenguas. In inglés se dice tongue twister. Trabalenguas, tongue twister. He writes in and says, yeah, tartamudear. Eso es, tartamudeará. Well, I will hum. And he will hum, tartamudeará, el himno. To hum the hymn. Okay. And then our friend Dudon writes in again. He says, some Spanish people get mixed up with N and M when it comes to pronouncing them. Yes, I agree. It happens. De vez en cuando, as you say. Sometimes, right? Every once in a while, it happens. So if anyone has questions, feel free to write in. I'd be happy to answer your question live in our chat today on YouTube. But let's carry on. Joaquin has a question. He says, can you say over the road is the same as opposite? Yeah. Over the road is one that we saw in the first class, the beginner section of class number 1 of this course. You can find the video on the YouTube channel. Over the road is a British expression. I had never heard this expression until this course. So maybe we learned it together. It's an entirely British expression. I would say across the street. Okay, if it's opposite. My house is opposite his. But if it's on the street, he lives over the road. That's what a British person would say. I would say he lives across the road or across the street. So sometimes we have different ways of saying things depending on where you're from. Okay, so yeah, over the road or across the road. And then opposite and across from. My house is across from his, for example. Okay, so hey, let's push forward now. We just have... we're doing well for time, but let's push forward into today's advanced content.
Nivel avanzado.
Nivel avanzado. You got it. It's time for the advanced level. Hey, we'd better double check the figures. We can't afford to get them wrong. No, we can't afford to. Permitirse el lujo de, no? To afford to. We can't afford to get them wrong. This is a very important project. We can't fail this time. We can't afford to make a mistake. Okay, but first, we'd better double check the figures. So comprobar las cifras, to check the figures. But we often say to double check. You know, like when you're going to publish a book, like I put out this book called Business English right here. And I decided to write, I have sections in here for getting the job, all right, how to write a CV, a cover letter, how to do business in English, negotiations, email, presentations, English on the phone, meetings, accounting, finance, marketing, it's all in there. But when I finished writing it, someone had to check the content. Someone had to check it over. Someone had to proofread it and check it. comprobar, no, to check it over. And then someone checked it again. We really needed to double check it, to double check. Doble is like doble chequear, but to double check the figures. In this case, we'd better. Now, we'd better. Más vale que. We had better. So we had better or you had better. It's kind of like saying should. You should. Deberías, pero es incluso más fuerte. You should be careful when you drive. Or you'd better be careful when you drive, porque si no, because if you don't, deberías tener mucho cuidado conduciendo, porque si no, you'd better be careful when you drive. Be careful here because you had better plus infinitive, always, más infinitivo. You'd better be careful. You'd better look both ways before crossing the street. You'd better look both ways before crossing the street. Antes de cruzar la calle. You'd better look both ways because very often we introduce a negative consequence because otherwise you could get hit by a car. You'd better look both ways because otherwise you could get hit by a car. You'd better look both ways before you cross the street. You'd better wear a tie. If you're going to a job interview, you'd better wear a tie. You'd better wear your seatbelt, tu cinturón de seguridad, your seatbelt, when you drive, because otherwise you could get hurt very badly or even killed in an accident. You'd better wear your seatbelt. You'd better look. Please never make the mistake of saying you'd better to wear your seat. No. You'd better wear. Sin el tú. It's an error that I hear all the time. You'd better wear your seatbelt. You'd better be careful. You'd better change the batteries. Because the batteries, or you'd better change the batteries. Otherwise, see, no, this is going to fail tomorrow. It's not going to work. You'd better buy the insurance policy because otherwise, it's going to be very expensive if you have an accident. Or you could lose everything if your house gets broken into, so you'd better get insurance. You'd better practice the verbs, otherwise you'll never speak effectively. You'd better, más vale que, right? You'd better here, double check the figures. So checking over, revisar, revisando las cifras, but we say double check. So check them and double check. So you're actually checking again because we really can't afford to make a mistake. We can't afford, permitir el lujo de. We can't afford to make a mistake. We can't afford here to get them wrong. To get them wrong. So we can't afford, permitir el lujo de, very often it is used with actions like I can't afford to call my boss a fool. I can't go up to my boss and say, hey, you're a fool. I can't afford to do that. That would be a terrible move for my career. I wouldn't do that. And he's not, by the way. He's a good guy. But I can't afford to make that mistake. I can't afford to do that. So very often it's financial to be able to make the payments. Permitir pues el lujo de, o permitir pues hacer los pagos. To make the payments. I can't afford to buy a Rolls Royce. I would love to drive a Rolls Royce, but I can't afford it. I can't afford a Ferrari. I can afford a Ford. I can afford a Ford, but I can't afford a Ferrari. I can afford a Mazda, but I can't afford a Lamborghini. I can afford a Seat Leon, but I can't afford a Porsche. Or a Maserati. I can't afford it. They're too expensive. It's too expensive for me. I can't afford it. Okay? So to afford is the structure. And so the sentence, we'd better double check the figures. We can't afford to get them wrong. To get the figures wrong means to make a mistake with them, to make an error with the figures, con las cifras. So very often we use otherwise when we say we'd better We often say otherwise is like saying si no, and you introduce a negative consequence. So this makes it a bit stronger than the word should. So we have a few interesting structures here. We'd better double check the figures. We can't afford to get them wrong. All right. We are out of time, everybody. I'm going to quickly go back to the chat. We have some people writing in. Rita says, good evening, teacher. I'm a big fan of you. Well, thank you. She's a big fan of yours, you could say. She said, I love how you explain the lessons. Thank you very much. Thank you, Rita. I appreciate that. That means a lot to me. Thank you very much. Thanks for watching and listening. Hello, bonjour, says Kevin. Hello, it's my first time here. Hey, welcome. Welcome our friend Kevin to the chat today. Thanks for connecting, Kevin. I'll be back on Monday. If you have any questions throughout the show, feel free to ask. Thank you so much for joining us today, Kevin, and also Diudon, I think might have been the first time for him. Francisco, Rita, Belen, Maria, lots of people chatting. Thanks for that. I'm out of time, but I'll be back on Monday with another edition. Be sure to watch the show on TV as well, or right here on YouTube, Inglés Online TVE. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Vaughan Radio Madrid, 100.4 FM. Vicente está triste.